Welcome to Flow Mantra podcast. And today I have with me Gurshaan, who is a second year psychology student, and he has been part of our personal growth program, which was held at his campus. So, welcome, Gurshaan.
Thank you, Kanika. It's been a great fun that we all are sitting here. And except that, I would say thank you. You thought of me
Of
that I
course.
should also be part of your flow mantra. And despite of that, I would say that we all are together having a great conversation about what people should know, what kind of things we are into, and
Yeah,
one should be into for their physical and mental
definitely, Gurshaan. I'm glad that you're here.
health. Thank you.
So, since you're a student, Gurshaan, I want to know what kind of problems a student face in today's time, more on a personal level and a mental health level.
Students face many problem. I think they have not
Hmm.
just a problem about what is inside them. Despite of that, we should think about what is outside.
Hmm.
Like there's nothing like getting marks or there's out of that. If we see there's a huge competition,
Yeah.
which is going to create a very big, I would say, hustle for students.
Hmm.
What was in my time, it was a very big hustle. Like we were supposed to do something which people haven't done till now, which is nothing. Like things will happen what has already happened in the world. And after that, I would say students in these days are not actually into studies. Even they are into studies, but they are not into studies.
Okay.
Like there are domestic walls of study,
Hmm.
but in those walls they are thinking about what is out of that. Like we are sitting here, but despite of thinking about what is here, they are thinking what is outside of this.
So there's
So
a
they are
lot
not
of
living their
anxiety about
anxiety
future.
about future, and they are not
Hmm.
handling what is in their hand.
So they're not in the present moment.
They are not in the present moment,
That's the main
definitely.
struggle that you feel. And I believe because of the competition that is already existing
Yes,
and the
yes, yes,
options are opening up so
okay,
much
yes.
that the anxiety has increased. So yeah, I feel that since generations are moving up more, there's more stress, there's more anxiety, and there's more pressure that I feel
There's a
that
social pressure.
social pressure, yes.
Like what is going on is like my mother say
Hmm.
falane ka bacha is doing this, why don't
Yeah,
you do this?
that's a classic Indian parent problem.
Classic Indian. And this is not only in India, I think it's outside also. Like we see people many more times, it is like what is going on is not part of what it should be.
Hmm.
If I am doing something, I should just dive into that. I should drench myself in that, so that we could get a fruitful result, which is not going on.
Yeah. So, Gushan, out of curiosity, then how does that impact your daily life? I'm wondering all of these things.
Daily life
Since
is
you said that we are not in the present moment, then how do you feel? How do you feel in your daily life?
like
Like,
when I open my eye, I always think of, despite of thanking God that we got this day, we are thinking about what will be the next day.
yeah.
So
So instead of optimism, we are drenched.
pessimistic हो रहे हैं
Pessimistic
हम लोग.
approach.
And
Yeah.
optimism is just a word now. It has no any deep meaning, or we say vast meaning.
Hmm.
And optimism has become
Difficult to
difficult.
pursue.
Yeah, it's
Difficult
distinctive
to.
perspective, right? Nice. Like in the prospectus of our life, we don't see optimism. We always see what are others doing
Hmm.
and how can we do that thing.
What I hear from this is that we are not aligned with the directions we want to take.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
And since you are part of the personal growth program organized by us, first of all, I want to know, since it's such a new modality, what was
Yes,
your
of
first
course.
opinion when you came to know that, okay, you're going to enroll in a program like this?
We were not asked that you will be enrolled, would you like to be enrolled or not. It was just you are going to do this. We thought that there would be an old lady coming with a white sari or with a big juda, and she will come and say those things which we all have been hearing from last years. The same things will be there.
Yeah.
So on Friday we reached, and when we saw you, we thought she would not be able to do all these things because she's a young girl. It was our perception, and these things happen.
Yeah, of
What
course.
we are you friendly things to eyes are not actually friendly. We have been always watching people who are elders, and they are coming, standing on a lecture stand or sitting on a chair, and they are not even trying to take a step ahead also.
Yeah.
So, but
not
you were there,
understanding.
not understanding what we want. They are just telling us what they want to tell.
Yeah.
And the different thing which I saw in Flow Mantra was it was more student friendly. What we wanted, if you remember that day when we did that cross section, like there was a ribbon and we have to come out of that. It was very challenging, and I think this makes a huge difference. I also have thought that no doubt I was handling stages from last
Yeah.
many years, but the thing that it happened on that day had changed many things. Like we are able to say what is truth.
Yeah. I remember you sharing with me that you were curious that why I am feeling a bit uncomfortable here, but also challenged here, and I
Yes,
want to
it
be
was.
here.
I think I would have told that it was invigorating.
Yeah.
We had that raindrops on our hands, but we were enjoying them. It was not uncomfortable, although it was uncomfortable because we were in those
You
who
were
have never
you were
been met.
out of your comfort zone
Yes,
because
that
yes.
was the main idea.
Yeah.
And when we push our limits, it definitely makes a big difference, which is good for everything.
Yeah, yeah. And Gurshaan, about when I say I use movement and art a lot in my sessions.
Definitely, there
Yes.
were colors. Almost, I think, no, there's no one in India who don't like colors.
Yeah.
So there were colorful things were there, and we were rushing to each other for asking help. And those were the people we never met them before.
Yeah.
And we had a sense of compatibility that yeah, we
There
will
was
do this.
compassion
There was
between each.
compassion, there was passion, and there was energy,
Yeah.
which is very important.
That's the idea, art and movement unites us.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
unites us because they are very universal to
Universal
being
things.
human. Yeah. Oh,
It was like sharing of ideas. What I was saying was understood by many more.
yeah.
It always unites us.
So
And when we were discussing the things, like at last we used to tell our experience, what helped, and that was the best part. We were getting those things. What I feel, I know, but what others feel makes difference in myself also. What when
right.
we hear, then we
You
get to
become
know.
curious that, oh yes, I also feel that
Yes,
way.
yeah,
Yeah,
many
he or
more.
she is right. I also, because there's a group unity that has been formed. We all are part of the same system,
Same
so a lot
system.
of feelings do overlap. Yeah, you're right.
Overlapping along with, I think it was a hypersensitive area. Like we were there and we were emotionally attached with each other. Before that we said we are not going to do this, and after that we used to chase for Friday. When will Friday come? When will that 1 o'clock session will start? So
Awesome,
it
Gurshan.
was great.
Yeah, it was a great group. Your whole group was
We were
very,
group, yes.
yeah, the
And
whole group was
before
very
that
good.
we just saw each other's face and we said, who is this person?
Yeah.
It
So
was
I think
many more.
it also gave you a sense of what I'll say is that you were able to work in a group. You learned that how to work in a
It
group.
was socialization.
The
I would say
socialization.
socialization.
Yeah,
We
socialization is
learned
an
so
interesting word.
much.
Yeah, so it helped you build a system that okay, I know how to make connection with anyone. It's not
Yes,
impossible.
it
I
was.
remember one of other participant in the group. She also shared that she has started talking to people on her own. She has started approaching, which was such
Yes,
a
yes.
great change, which I feel
That this
that
is
people
very
take a
good.
lot of years to develop
Yes,
on. That was
definitely.
a,
I have not been a person of this kind. Like I was
of
always
course.
been where we were like more friendly with people. That we used to go to people and ask them, which subjects do you have? And then the conversation begins and we were now friends.
Yeah,
There were all classmates, not friendship.
not friendships.
Friendship and one, there was a rivalry, I would say, that this person, I know he got this much marks in that, so I have to compete this person, so I should know what their strategies are. But when we are grown ups and we know what is correct for us, what is right and what is wrong, then we should go for these things. Like if there was no flow mantra, we would also be, we would never be meeting like this. Today we are sitting here, and those days we used to think about कब इसके से जान छूटेगी हमारी, and good things take time.
Yeah. It is a process. You remember that we take at least 10 sessions
10
together.
years. It was
Because for
11th.
initial two,
There were total 13th, and I was not there. I was traveling for 2.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I remember each day what happened then. So it's
awesome. So yes, this is a process. Like it, you're right, because initially few sessions it takes to build that comfort. And also a lot of times what I've observed and I've worked in different groups that what you have explored in the sessions, sometimes it clicks you later on. For example,
Definitely.
let's say we have explored talking about boundaries in the session, and it doesn't resonate during the session. But sometimes, let's say 2 3 months after those
Which is going
sessions,
on with me.
yeah, exactly,
Definitely.
it clicks later
It is
on.
something like what I have been in those days was very normal for me, but now it has become a that memory which is on top of my heart.
Yeah, exactly. You can
And always,
access that
yes,
whenever
we
you
can do,
want.
whenever I think of them, whenever I'm sitting alone, I think of that, what we have done that time. Can I do this now? So, and we knew what is up of potential, I think, potential. So, what was our potential? And now we have been changing it to our daily lives.
You're able to take action, or you're able
Yes,
to move towards it.
definitely. I am
Awesome.
moving also. We can move also, and we can see that vast sky that we know. Yes, we have access till
It's
that.
achievable.
We can achieve that, and definitely we see a huge difference in ourselves. That before that we knew that this was the concept, and we have to do this. These things makes a difference. But when we go through that, it makes truly what it should be.
Glad you shared this, and I would love to like ask a question related to it. So if today you want to give a message to other students who might feel similar feelings, what would that be?
This would be for my those friends who are not into this state which I am now. It is definitely a huge difference which we see in yourself when we meet ourselves. For example, I was a totally different, not a totally different person, but I was a different person when I entered Flow Mantra. Flow Mantra is like a that message taker for me, that you have to see yourself and you should explore yourself. So just reach your sky, everything is within you, and just find the better you. If not from Flow Mantra, then choose your own actions, find your own things, like what should I choose, what is my strength. Find your potential, and if you are not able to do, then meet Kanika. She's an amazing person.
Thank you so much, Gurshaan, for sharing it. So yes, thank you for this lovely conversation, and I loved the way you share what today's student of India are facing. Thank you,
Definitely.
Gurshaan, and
Thank you. And I feel privileged that we are sitting here and we are able to address people who don't know
yeah.
what to do at right time. So it's I would thank you first that you chosen me to be Voice of India.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.